So my pregnancy with Cora was literally textbook perfect, no issues whatsoever until it came time to deliver. When the day before, we had a little bit of potential leakage, and so the next day I went into OB triage, and then that's when we did some cervical checks. I started cramping a little bit more. The charge nurse had said, "You're just having uterine irritability, just go home. Once your contractions get a little bit closer together, come back in and we'll have this baby." So I go home, go through labor. I was doing Lamaze, so I'm gonna power through and not go to the hospital until I absolutely needed to. And 5 hours later, I'd go into the hospital. And mind you, this was during COVID, so couldn't have anyone there besides my husband. He had to meet me there since he was on shift that day. And that's when we found out that she did not have a heartbeat and she had passed. At that time, I did not have any sort of bleeding. And that's when the doctor did an ultrasound to confirm that she had passed. And during the ultrasound, I started hemorrhaging and I went into shock, and they did an emergency surgery on me to pull her out and try to resuscitate her, but nothing could have prevented or fixed what had happened. So she did end up passing away, and I woke up to a nightmare. But since then, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and there's always that silver lining to everything. And so I would do it again if I had to. So obviously, after you have a baby, whether or not that baby lives, your milk still comes in. And at first, I didn't think it was going to happen because I forgot that there's always that little delay from childbirth to your milk supply. And on day 3, it came in. And at first, I was so upset. I did not want my milk to come in. I had to start pumping. I did not have an electric pump at the time because it was still in the mail, being shipped from the insurance. So I had someone gift me a hand pump. So I had to start hand pumping just to express, to prevent engorgement, to prevent mastitis. And so as I was doing this, I was collecting. I didn't throw it away. I just knew that something was going to happen with it. So I kept doing it, and then after a day or two, I just was like, you know what, I'm going to keep pumping. I'm going to try to do this for a while. And I donated it in Cora's name, so that way, regardless of how they used it, whether they used it for babies, for just running their tests on the machines to experiment with, I didn't care. I just wanted to make sure that my milk was being used in some sort of positive light for others and for other infants that may need my milk or may need the instruments that the milk is helping those babies. So if you have experienced a loss, it is literally one of the worst things you will ever go through. And it's something that will be in your heart no matter what. But at least consider donating your milk if your milk does come in. It helped me a lot emotionally. It has helped me think that, out of this gloom and doom, that there is that silver lining, that a part of her helped other kids. Also, it just gives you that sense of purpose, of something to do when you're just sitting there recovering and you don't know what to do, and your mind just keeps going crazy and you're going down these rabbit holes. For me, I looked forward to my pumping times, because in that pumping times, I thanked Cora, I thanked God, and I knew that something positive was going to come out of it. And I'm sorry if you are experiencing that loss, but just know they will always be there with you. They will always be in your heart, and that you will see your kids one day.